Welcome to our family bathroom. You can't see much of it right now because it's quite a small space, so I'll do a little whip round, and I apologise if it's really echoey in here. It's really echoey everywhere in the house. It is actually officially the first day that I'm moving back into the house. I'm camping with very little amenities. I have a camping fridge and a microwave and a plumbed in toilet, but no sink or shower. We're getting to that. So I say I'm camping, I'm currently coming backwards and forwards to anybody's house that will have me so I can have a shower and refresh a little bit. So to hopefully change that and to allow us to camp here a little more comfortably, I'm going to try and put in this shower. I'm currently stood in it. It's a 90 by 90 quadrant shower, so it's like a half circle with an opening glass screen about here. The pipes are ready to go. There's a little bit of a nook here, and that's because this bit of wall used to be a hallway. So we decided to keep the little nook so we had a bit more room in the bathroom as a whole. But it means I need to make sure that these walls and ceiling are fully painted before I put in anything to do with the shower. But before any of that, I'm not sure how much I filmed to show you how we got here, but I'll insert it now if I have any. This bathroom used to be half a hallway, half the porch area that was part of the house, and it's now been split into the family bathroom and the ensuite. So it was already quite a small space, and we've now made it into 2 bathrooms. But saying it's a small space, this family bathroom actually feels bigger than I thought it ever would. So I'm more than happy with the size. We got a bath, a separate shower, toilet, sink, and a towel rail in here. What more could I need? We'll be tiling the lower half of the walls in this bathroom, but decided inside the shower is probably easier overall to try and panel it, using the big sheet shower panels. And speaking of which, they have just been delivered, so let's go and open them and see what they look like. They're quite long. So they're these faux tile looking panels. I did have a few options between just plain white, marbled white, or tiled white. I thought the tiled would look nice. Most panels like this, whoa, it's so bright. Most shower panels come in a width of 90 by a height of 2, 4, whatever the regular ceiling height is. But because I always like to make my life difficult, these panels come by 60 width by a much taller height than regular ceiling. So instead of having to buy 2 that will fit perfectly and just slot in my 90 by 90 shower, I've had to buy 3 that I'm going to have to chop off the top and chop 1 down the middle to make them hit the whole thing. But hopefully it's going to look great. But before I get onto any of that trouble, I need to do another coat of paint in the bathroom. So let's go and do that. Paint is drying. I'm sorry it's dark. I can't turn these lights on because they make the video flicker, so I have to be in the hallway. These lights seem fine. The next stage of the shower panel is to fit all these little bits. First bit I need to fit is this thing. And this goes at the bottom of the shower tray with the panel sitting on top of here to make sure everything's waterproof and stays nice and clean. First I need to cut this into 2 90cm strips with a 45-degree mitre so that it can join into a corner. I'll show you. So that sits along this wall. I can't put it there at the moment because the door's in the way. That'll sit up against the wall. 1 strip goes along that wall, 1 strip along that wall, so I need to do a 45-degree mitre cut for that corner there. As always, measure 26 million times, cut once. And if you can, cut a little bit bigger, because you can always take away, you can't add. I've learned that the hard way many, many times. So let's try and cut this. I have a mitre box, but I can never remember how to use it properly, so I want it like that. How do I do that? Time to YouTube, I think. But this mitre box that I have Can't do 45 degrees in the way that I want them. So I think I can't finish this tonight. I need to wait until I can get to a DIY store tomorrow and pick up a mitre box that has the right angles. I guess I'll see you tomorrow when I've got the right tools. Or ones that are less confusing to use at least. Okay, it's the next day and I had a thought last night that I need to make sure I'm checking where the shower screen door sits on the tray first before I cut my trim to size, because it needs to sit inside the frame. So I think it might be a little bit shorter than what I originally thought of 89 centimetres. Okay, I found the instructions. It says that X measurement, we've got a 900, it's anywhere from 865 to 880. So I think if we make our panels 880, then that should be good. I will just double check. Come down to the shed to talk to you because some electricians have arrived and they're drilling out holes in the wall so you can't really hear me, and I don't want to embarrass myself too much by talking to myself in the bathroom. So I tried to cut those trims at 45 degrees. They are cut at 45 degrees, just the wrong 45 degrees. I hate mitered edges. I need to buy myself a proper mitre box, but I think it's going to be okay because there's a corner piece that the panels slide into so that there's a seamless, well not seamless, but there's a sealed edge for the panels, and that should sit on top of the bottom trim, enough to hide the big gap that there is now. And in the instructions you are meant to cut out a bit of a gap and then just fill that with silicone as well, so I think it's not too bad of a mistake. That was the hardest cut and I hate mitered corners. I'll practice. If I ever need to do them again, I will practice first. The rest of the cuts should just be straight cuts of the panels and any of the trim to make sure they fit up to the ceiling. But the next step is to attach the trim, the bottom trim, to the shower tray, which involves a lot of silicone, and hopefully that goes quite quickly and smoothly so that that has time to dry and set before we then move on to the panels.
discussed.
I was just about to try and test if the shower actually drains because we were having some trouble with the panels fitting level. And I've just realised there's a layer of plastic that is now under. Oh, that's very annoying. It's under my trim because this is stuck down now. I'm gonna have to cut it and try not to damage my shower. Ugh. So now today it's finally time to stick the panels onto the walls. I'm only going to do these three. I'm going to leave this one that has the pipes in not stuck, just in case we do need to do anything to the pipes. It'll be easy to do without the panel stuck on. Got about 6 tubes of this, which I think should be enough of 3. And if we need more for the last one, then I can go pick some more up. I'm also going to attach the trim to the end pieces using some silicone probably, and we'll see how this goes. We also decided that we're going to let this overhang because we've got this little bit of wall by the door frame that we weren't sure what we were going to do with. So if we just let this overhang as much as it possibly can, that's a full length, then we've only got that to deal with, which after a couple coats of paint down here, I think you'll never notice it. So after I've glued these 3 pieces and the trim, I do need to fill this hole, which is not the best. So I'll just have to use some filler and then hopefully paint over it. And I'll obviously have to do that before the shower tray goes in. We're gonna go with that. I have no idea. I think that's good enough. It's fully coated. And I'll just do one more line here and then we'll go. Nice. Okay, let's try that. That's stuck. Okay, happy with that. This one next. Oh, my grip strength. Silicone or grip stuff inside the trim. I don't think I need to. Maybe could do just because. Maybe I'll put a blob. Off too quickly. I can't go any quicker than that, what I just did. It doesn't say I'm gonna leave it for a few minutes and try and Google how long I've got to work with this stuff. Let's try the last one, but make the bead a lot bigger so I can work a lot faster, because I think I've only got about 10 minutes, which this one was just about 10 minutes that it took, because I was trying to do it carefully and slowly and make sure I got cover, but then obviously making sure you get cover. It is stuck. Full curing time is about 24 hours apparently, so. And with this big one on, that one's never going to move. I was panicking, but it's fine, it's stuck. That's fully stuck. Just got to make sure I work extra fast with this big one, because I don't have that much time. Light. Okay. I'm prepped and ready. Am I ready? I'm ready. Let's start at this end. Yes. Good idea, Ellie. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. No. Yes, it is. Quick change. Formula 1. Ow, my finger. Stabby. Get it. Broken the seal. Let's go. That's an endurance challenge. Ow. Okay, my hand's gonna fall off. Let's go. Don't blob any stuff anywhere that's not meant to be blobbed. Oh, shit. Ah! I did it. It worked. Okay. Alright. Those panels are nicely stuck. Again, leaving this one off until we've done the shower, or are about to do the shower, so we know what we need to do with the pipes first. But right now I need to start, it's hard to see on, oh no, there you go. There'll only be a little bit, so I'm just going to use some filler to try and smooth out between here. You're never going to notice it, but just try and get it as smooth as possible. And then there's also this gap down here that I'm going to fill too. We've got the shower almost up. The actual bar of the shower was very tricky to do. It was a whole thing. Eventually got them on. They are watertight, we've tested it. So I'm now just putting on the last bar. And there's a slight issue with that in that parallel with the wall. But that does not meet this place it's supposed to be. That is supposed to be in there, which makes the bar lean back a bit, especially at the top. So I don't quite know. It will mean it's under a slight pressure, but I don't think there's really anything else we can do with the bar. Plumbing. Never easy. I guess I'll go turn the water on and see what happens. I'll leave you running If it starts exploding everywhere, let me know. I remove any electrical or things that might get ruined. It shouldn't come out of theirs. It shouldn't come out of anywhere. 3, 2, 1. I don't hear water. We have water. We have hot water. Oh my god. That one worked well. Do I test this? I might just get wet and that's fine. Turn it on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. That's not supposed to happen. Well, there's something not quite right there. We finally have the shower surround done. Now all that's left is to try and attach the shower pole, which is a little tricky. Because of the way we had to do the shower bar, it's slightly tilted forward and there's no way for us to tilt it back up. So this pole wants to sit 90 degrees perpendicular to the bar so that the shower bit doesn't leak. It can just about get there, but there's no way for me to put the little screws in to hold it into place. That can just go there. I'm pulling it a little bit, which isn't great for the pole. Basically, that's not going to work. But I have found and made an invention that I'm hoping is going to work. If this doesn't work, don't really know what we're going to do. Basically, I found a bit of wastewater pipe and a bit of copper pipe. That blue pipe fits so perfectly inside there. The copper pipe fits so perfectly inside there. So my idea is that I'm going to use some waterproof No More Nails to glue this copper pipe solidly inside here. So it'll just sit like that. And I can hold the blue pipe in place with the intended screws. So that's what I gotta do. Okay, we'll see if that works. Let's test it again in 24 hours. 24 hours later, this is well and truly stuck, but I have realised that I actually need to glue this pipe onto this pipe so that it all stays together. So I'll glue that onto there and then I'll see you again in another 24 hours. The moment of truth. It's not going anywhere.
Don't make it go. Don't make it go anywhere. All you need to be able to do is just
turn it on. Okay. Come on, I have to take it all apart. No. Leaking out of there. I did it! I fixed it!
Good enough. Push it off.
Some of that wooden black surface.
Not bad.
And that's as far as I'm going in this video. It honestly took us so long to get this shower in, but we're very happy we have one. That was always the priority while we're renovating the rest of the house. There's just one little extra bit that we need to do the shower, and that is to add this little trim at the top that will hide the little gap at the top. But we need to find a time where we're not going to use the shower for probably about 24 hours, so we can stick this up with some extra silicone to give it a chance to dry. So let's just pretend that's up there. And I've tried to find a time to do that, but I just haven't had the time. And we wanted to get this video out. So I'll do this at some point, and it will probably be in the next update video. Like I've said many times, all of these house renovation videos are probably going to be little snippets of little things we've done here and there, because it's going to take us a long time to be able to finish any room in this house. So for our own sanity, we're doing manageable bits at a time. And getting the shower in was definitely a good job done. I'm hoping another update for the bathroom will be coming pretty quickly, because we're getting the floors screeded and levelled throughout the entire house, which will mean we can get on to the next steps, which for in here will be tiling, putting in a sink, plumbing the bath, which hopefully should be fairly straightforward. But for now, I hope you liked the first actual house renovation video. We have so many more coming, so make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.